who is HP Administrator 2. I don't have my done. Hi, Jessica. Who's on today? So if anybody needs to see this. Okay, guys, welcome to our weekly Thursday night team call. We try to keep these calls to 30 minutes, 40 minutes. It goes by really fast. All of a sudden we look up and it's like, whoa, you know. But these are times for us to connect and sometimes talk about the things that are going on in our own lives so that we can be better coaches for our teams and for the people we're talking to and the people we're helping, and then be a family here, because while we are all growing our own businesses and we're all our own CEOs, we also, our team goes places because we work together. You know, that's how this works. And when when I'm successful, you guys are successful. When Josh is successful, his team is, and we all affect each other. So what I love is the community, and I shared this, Barvin, since we've just are now meeting. I started coaching 4 years ago. Both of my boys were adopted, and when Silas came, I had gone away from my fitness, and it was the fall, it was winter, it was cold, it was just all that stuff. So I was like, just kind of, my story is eating cereal on the couch day after day. You've seen that, watching the TV, and then really looking down, just being like, oh, I just feel like, blah. So I'm gonna close my if I freeze, it's because my internet's sometimes. So long story short, I met my coach Anita on a cloth diaper website, and one day she said she was running a challenge group, and I just said, I'm in. I was that person, I'm in. And it has changed my life, and I love the fitness, I love that, but I honestly, all of it together is the community, and that is what I just wrap my heart around, because it is so important to me. And as an entrepreneur, business person, the community is so important. So that's why we meet every Thursday, if everybody, when you can make it. All right. So Jen's coming. Josh, you saw that? Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna close my Chrome real quick, guys, because sometimes that helps when nothing is open and then I don't freeze. Okay. So last weekend, we had our first team leader retreat, and we had a great time. It was local, and out-of-state coaches were more than welcome, more than invited to come. We know that's hard, so it was kind of a local little kind of shindig. And we got to hear from Melanie Mitro, who is the top #1 coach in the company. You guys can go and follow her and see who she is and check her out. We heard from Leslie Cortez, who is our upline coach in our team. She is a fantastic woman, so fun, so friendly, so open with how she built her business. She's been a coach for 6 years. So we talked about how you have that mindset to stay with it, keep things new, know that you're going to have the hills and the valleys of any business, like our fitness routines are, right? As our programs, as we change, we have those ups and downs. And she, and then we heard from Robbie Carter, who is, he's my corporate mentor. So I'm in the Southeast region, and so he's our mentor here. So he popped on and talked. And the theme from all 3 speakers, and I've recorded it, so I'll put it up on a team page so you guys can go watch them too, because it's so valuable. It's so valuable. The theme was this, and this was they all 3 said it. They said, you need to, as people in the social media world, because really, how lucky are we, you guys, that we have the tools to build a business, however you want to build it, online. I mean, it's just growing. And the demographic of people that are using social media are growing, right? And so all ages, absolutely all ages. And there are so many people to reach that way. Hi, Jen. So there's so many people to reach, not only in our close worlds that we have, our families, our friends, but people we've never even met yet. So the one theme was to raise our energy, to raise the vibe. And what they mean by that is like, you know, put out the content and the energy from you and why you love what you do, why you love coaching, why you love the products, and raise the vibe. And that was funny because, you know, they've been in business, both Melanie and Leslie have been in for 6 years. And we're like, gosh, how do you do that? How do you keep going? Because there's going to be disappointments. There's going to be disappointments that you feel like, you know, you don't have any vibe left to give, right? You feel defeated, or you feel, you know, I don't know, like maybe you failed or something, right? And the overlying theme was you just got to raise it up every day. And the way we do that, or there's ways we do that we can do every day. We can continue to just be the best version of ourselves by listening to or reading personal development and professional development. There is always something you'll learn from that, whether it's the book Go Pro by Eric Worre. Excellent book on how you keep going in this industry. It's called Go Pro. A book that we have probably heard of and had is a book called The Slight Edge, about how the things that, you know, CEOs and business people do that put themselves ahead of the game, and how things compound. Just small steps compound, and consistency every day builds big results. Just like our muscles. I mean, I put everything back to an analogy or a metaphor, right? And so just like our fitness program, that in our fitness life, health and wellness, it's the same with our business. Small, consistent behaviors every day that look different for everybody will create those results. And Leslie, let me see if I can find the notes. I've got so many. Okay, so many notes. I have to combine them together and figure it out. So raise the vibe. Be energetic. Know that you are. Be passionate, right? Be passionate. Find the passion. Raise your energy. Looking for these that she said. And Jessica can share too later on. But when we talked about vision, you know, she said you got to have that vision. You got to have, you got to know where you're going, right? You have to have your 3-month goals in this next fourth quarter. Then you have to have your 3-year goals in a way. You have to kind of know where you're going to head and what you're wanting this to look like for you. And we talked about vision boards and putting thoughts and, you know, your thoughts into words and pictures so you know what you're looking at, right? And something that she shared with us, and it's true because we talked about it in depth with Leslie, is finding that balance for your business too, making sure that you're centered. And I use this kind of the heart kind of looking because it spoke to me. When I started this business, you know, I love my family, I love my husband and my 2 boys. But when I started this business, I kind of went, you know, and started to just get into it, learn everything I could. And you know, I worked every day for sure, but I kind of put, and it sounds terrible, but I kind of put all of my family and my kids and my husband kind of on a little bit of not back burner, but they weren't at the forefront. They weren't in the center because I was really focused on building this business and doing it. I'm 48, so I feel like, you know, I don't have to I have to kind of move along if I want my business to grow and find people who want to run with our team. So I felt like I had to kind of just go. But what happened is that I kind of lost the center of why I was doing it. I'm doing this business because I love it. It's fun for me. It gives me something that I call my own, but it's also my family's, right? When you build this business, you can actually, it's a legacy. You can give it. You can give this your company to your children. Like you can, it literally is a legacy. So what you build, you can give to them to build, right? And that's huge to be able to do that. So keeping your center focused on what's important to you in the middle. So that's always going to be where you're going to find that passion to do the rest when you feel really, what's going on? Oh, after 6 years, right? You keep it new, you learn new skills, you know, you learn Instagram or you learn how to do Facebook marketing, whatever, and there'll be time to do that. And then Melanie surprised us by talking about, and she's been a top coach for 3 years, the whole coach in Team Beachbody. And she shared this amazing secret. There are no secrets. I was like, right, okay, sure, right? Melanie, come on, tell us. No, it's our vital behaviors. And what our vital behaviors are being a product of the product, doing a program, starting a program from day one to day 30, showing your results, right? Showing what works, showing showing your workouts, showing you being a part of the product, drinking your Shakeology. Guys, we have such an amazing, nutritious food in Shakeology. And, one of my favorite ingredients is the adaptogen herbs. And I shared this weekend that, I'm kind of in a change in life, Josh. It is true. It happens. So, you're our man guy here, and I'm just going to share. It's okay. I'm going through changes, and I've been doing a lot of research on hormone replacement therapy, and I don't want to do it. Like I really want to be as natural as I can with the changes that are happening. And lo and behold, what do they say? The one thing you should have in your diet is ashwagandha, and that is the adaptogen herb and Shakeology. So I'm like, oh my gosh, I've been doing that, and and I know that I'm giving myself the best nutrition I can for me and my life. And so I really highly encourage you guys to be, consider yourselves kind of doctors of Shakeology, and go give yourself a degree in researching the ingredients, and maybe get that in your head so for sure why you love this product, because it's amazing. So be a part of the product. The second thing we do is we read personal development 10 to 15 minutes a day. So that's part of raising that energy, right? The third thing is inviting people and not being afraid or worried that somebody's going to think less of you when you invite them to join you. Because guys, we all were invited, right? We were invited, and our lives have changed because of it. So inviting is the other vital behavior, and that is just really sharing with people what works and why. Right? And then the fourth thing is recognition, recognizing your challengers, recognizing the transformations they're experiencing. And those can be non-scale. They can be things that are happening inside of them. It can be a change in their attitude, in their mindset, and it can be inches, and it can be pounds. It can be that too. So Carl Daikeler is really wanting us to help people and families right now in a big way. There's so many people that just are in ruts, and I talked about ruts on my live video today, where they're just breaking down and they don't have anybody to help them. And that's where we come in. That's where you come in and are special, that nobody but you can help that person where they're at. So it's really important to know that we're all different. We all are doing the same. We all have the same title. We're all fitness mentors, or we are Beachbody coaches, or we are online health coaches, whatever you want to say. But we all do the same thing, but we're all very different. And that's what makes coaching amazing. There is room for everybody. So those four things are what Melanie does, and that's what she still does. And she still talks about the opportunity, because she shared, we have people who we have to change their lives. And Robbie shared this, change their lives physically, but also we have the opportunity. So do not shy away from the opportunity of sharing the financial aspect of Beachbody, meaning that this is a real deal. And he said 7 out of 10 people are living paycheck to paycheck. And that doesn't surprise me. And it's just, this is a business that's not going to be made overnight. There'll be this, except for commissions, which is amazing. That's part of it. But the team bonus cycles will come, and you'll learn about the compensation plan as you go. But it's compounding. And guys, in 3 years, you can be building a business that you can be proud of because you're helping people, and be doing the other things you want to do because your business is growing and it's residual for you. So he said, don't don't shy away from telling people there's an opportunity. And we're looking for old people to grow on our team. So it was really empowering, and I'll get those video links for you and get them on YouTube and get them on our team page. And I have not done that yet. Just haven't. So no excuses, but I need to get that up for you. So, all right. Let's see. So I will get those, and I just wanted to say it was awesome. We can't wait to do a team retreat again next year. This time, we'll just kind of assess how we felt. And Jessica gave a great review on our team page. And we'll look and maybe put the date out there or ask you guys a little bit earlier so that we can figure out maybe where to meet in the middle even somewhere to do something a little closer for lots of us to get together. Because it's just important to have that community time together and learn and brainstorm and push each other out of our comfort zones, because that's also what this is about too. All right. Let's see. November to remember. Do you all have teammates? Are you signed up? Yeah. Who are you with, Josh? Who you signed up with?
Sorry, I was on mute. Shannon.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, her and I work together, so her and I teamed up together.
That's awesome. Oh my gosh, Shannon.
Yeah, I invited her to be here, but she's just not showing up, so I'm not sure what happened. She could be working.
I'll message her and be like, okay, so everybody is a team. Barb, are you and Mary doing it together? Yeah.
Mm-hmm. We haven't talked about it.
We're
chatting about on Monday.
So you just get registered. All you need are so it's partner, so it's 2 people, and you're going to work together to just help a lot of people. It's a team thing, and we try to help 3 or 4 people a month for sure. But this month we're going to try to help as many people as we can, because there, and I don't have the FAQ in front of me, but Jessica did a really cool thing where she's like, you're going to give money to Dunbar. You're going to donate $20, I think, to Dunbar, which is her daughter's alma mater, high school, for the band. No, the band program. Yeah, with her challenge pack. But what it is you could actually, Beachbody will give you prize money to give to your charity or your school, if you have one. I don't have this right. I need to be reading the FAQ. See, we all read the FAQ and we know, but it's great. But anyway, November to remember, there's swag, there's some prizes. It's just you 2 working together, help, getting goals at the same time. Karen and I are doing it together. And
the charity thing is, it's the top 5 people in each region, I think, get so many thousands of dollars.
Yes.
So competing for that.
We can attempt, we can attempt and go, and you know what? We can also do it. It's a good speed from Jess. I mean, how she gave a portion, it could be $5, 3. You all pick a charity and give it to them, right? Or get a school or whatever you want, whatever's important to you. So that's nice. That's what November to remember. All right. So I'm going to have Jen pop up here and just kind of talk about how she's helping she created her VIP community. Okay. And just putting this out there for people that are going to watch this. Don't get overwhelmed by all this lingo and things we're saying. I mean, definitely this is all things you learn as you go, and you try things and you ask questions on the team page. So Barbara, if you ever feel like you have a question, and whomever, and you and Mary are talking, she's so good. Mary's such a good coach. She's going to give you all the details, and we're here to help you and mentor you too, and just ask in the team page, okay? And we're here, and it's so cool. So Jen's going to talk about how she's helping people stay on, get back on their Shakeology HD or other things to be a part of their VIP group. Thanks for sharing, Jen. Oh, wait, are you muted? Well, can't hear you. I think you're muted.
Yeah, I was. Okay, I have bad lighting. Okay. But so I don't know. I know Jess talked about, and if you guys have seen, but a lot of people have been talking, Anita and Bree did a big live video about doing instead of a challenge group. I mean, it's not instead, it's the same thing, but doing a VIP wellness community, or I'm calling mine my VIP fit club. But so I've been trying to kind of move to that. And if you don't know this about me already, I stopped doing Facebook groups a while ago and was just using the app. So this was that was a change for me too. So I needed something because my challenge groups have been like really dead for a super long time. And then also I've been having like, I don't know, like if I have a month where I have like 2 people sign up, I'm like, you know, you don't want to start in a new group. Maybe like I was starting a new group with just like these 2 people, or I'd have like 1 person and she wanted to start like, you know, tomorrow, but the group started in 2 weeks or whatever. So I decided to kind of make the shift to of I'm just doing this like one VIP goes on forever like challenge group. And I mean like some of it's still like a restart day. Like I started a new program this week, so it's kind of like a restart in the group. But so I'm doing it that way. So, and then I also decided I still love the app. If you have questions about the app, definitely ask me. I know it's not like some people's thing, but it works for me. And that's why like we all, like Mona was saying, we all have the same tools and we utilize them differently. And it just, it works for like my audience of like quick and done and, you know, so anyway, so I still use the app, but then I also have this like VIP Facebook group that people can get on like when you have more time or like browse around when you're getting started and stuff like that. So I've been working on getting my VIP group together, and I decided to another thing that Anita was talking about is that anyone like to be a part of this VIP group, you just have to be a customer in some way. So she counted like if people have all access, if they have something on HD, if they just do Shakeology. So I went back and I have a lot of customers who still have all access, who got it like in the beginning, but are not like active participants in the challenge group. And actually I decided to include anyone who was a customer that was ever like at one point like relatively active. So like people who just bought like DVDs or like just bought the DVDs in Shakeology, like I added them. So I just went in and added all these people to the group, and then I did go in and message them also, but what happened before I even messaged them. So I literally like added them to the group on Sunday and like went to bed. And then on Monday or whatever day it was, 3 of these people who I had added who hadn't gotten Shakeology in like months and I hadn't talked to had gone in and continued their Shakeology order. So these were customers who were like done, like moved on to the next thing, or maybe they hadn't, you know, like I didn't really know because I'd kind of like dropped the ball, which you shouldn't do, but I obviously had. So, but I think just that invitation to like back to the group, seeing that they were being invited and seeing the energy was really enough kind of to like, you know, maybe they've been thinking about it for a while and it just kind of reminded them. So anyway, I was super excited about that. And it has just kind of like added some energy to the group. So I'll probably stick with that format of adding people just to that VIP group. But my recommendation would be if you have people who were ever customers in the past, to definitely like add them back in. So, or invite them back into something. But yeah, it worked out.
So there's a way that you are tracking and helping people that kind of fell away, and you just
yes. And actually, I used to always like for people who like have used the Challenge Tracker app, it'll tell you like when you set up a new group, it like you can invite from previous groups, and they get an email that they're invited. So I always invite everyone from the previous group to the Challenge Tracker app when I do a new one. That way, like I always send the invite to anyone who like was in a previous group. And that's like literally you just have to like click it, like it saves all that for you. So sometimes I've had people like join back in that way, but I do think that like the Facebook notification of something new was like something that they saw that they weren't seeing.
So when you email from the Tracker app, and then did you make an email from the Tracker app saying you were making a VIP Facebook group? Is that what you did? Is that one way you did it?
Well, they weren't at the same time, so I guess no. But so I send the email tracker, the email invitation, but then when I did the VIP group, I just added them. And it says like in my details, it's like, welcome to the group. And then like when I sent the message, it said like, you've been added because you were, you're a part of this community because you're a customer. If you don't want to be, feel free to remove yourself. Like this is a group for people who are part of the community. But I think that just like the feeling of like, like I didn't know I was still, like I didn't know she was still my coach because I quit kind of thing. I think like there's kind of that mentality, you know what I mean? Like that, like you feel like you can't approach someone because you've, quit or stopped doing it or whatever. So I was just kind of like letting them know that like I'm still their coach and I'm still here for them. So I think it was just that. But you can on the app, you can like re-invite people like I think it's like every 2 weeks it'll let you like send them a reminder. So I usually do send those emails, but they come from Beachbody. So like if people are, like filtering that like they don't want any Beachbody emails or whatever, they're just like, oh, that's a Beachbody email, I don't want to read it. So I don't know that they always get read, but it is just another way to like remind people that you're still there for them, I guess.
I love that. So I think what you said is true. I think that they forget that when we become their coach, we're like their coach for life.
Mm-hmm.
Like literally forever, as long as they will have us, right?
Yeah.
And that's pretty cool, right?
Yes.
And you'll get that everywhere.
And I've been trying to talk about it that way in my posts too, like just instead of the like, I'm looking for someone for this 30-day group or something like that, like just kind of talking about like that this is like a lifetime thing. I'm really focusing on like the family, like this next month with focus on the family, but that it's like a lifetime lifestyle thing and not like come lose the weight and leave kind of process.
So your challenge tracker app is for that. Your challenge tracker is for the people that want results in the 30 or 60 days. And then the fit community is for your fit, just people that want the support versus.
Really, like both of them are for the second thing, though, I guess. But I guess I like do kind of both. But I guess it almost maybe goes the opposite way. I don't know. I think that people like the tracker app. So like I have probably like 5 customers who every night before they go to bed, like go in and log like their workout and their Shakeology. And like, I don't ever hear anything else from them. Like they're not like chatty, like we don't, but like they do that like every day. I think they just like that, like accountability. So in that way, I guess that's kind of like a lifestyle thing, but like other things, like if I do challenges or whatever, like they're not responding for that. Like they're, they just want the quick or whatever. But I think it gives like more options to meet people with where they're at. So.
And then in your Facebook group though, that's where you're going to kind of
have like more communication stuff. Yeah. In my Facebook group, I added in, that was like something that I really hated about the app, which I in general love, is that like there wasn't really a good place to put like a bunch of recipes or like, pictures of, like different Shakeology recipes or whatever. Like that's really missing. So the Facebook group is more like you can like visit it when you need it kind of thing. And I'm using the tracker app as your like, make sure you check this before you go to bed kind of thing.
That's cool.
So,
That's
and yeah.
Will you drop like information in there every now and then, like if you do a coach sneak peek or something into your VIP group and things like that?
Probably. Yeah, I guess probably. And when I post into, I always share my posts to both places. When you post to the, it's probably easier to post to the tracker app first, but when you post there, there's like, if you click the share button, you can just share it to Facebook, and I click like share, and then I click my group, and it like does that for me. So I only have to post like those things, like my accountability and stuff. I only post one place and then I just share it. But then, like when I'm sharing like a sneak peek or like, I also have like a free community that I'm kind of running right now. So those two are linked. So like
Okay.
The free community has lots of recipes and stuff. And I just send people from my challenge group to the free community with all the recipes. And you can do that on Facebook too. You can like link your groups.
I love
So,
linking groups. Yeah, that's cool. That's something I just learned.
yes.
Very cool. Well, I love that you're working with your clients and you're giving them the experience. Everybody feels like they have help and they feel like they can help you again, and you put that back into shape for that. And I love
Right.
that. I think it's something that's easy to do. It's easy to forget about the people that fell away. I'm guilty of it.
Yes.
And because we're all busy, right? And they fall away, we fucking fall away. But since again, we have to have that different mentality to raise that. We have to raise that energy that they talked about at the retreat, to raise the energy. And so that's doing that. And so good job.
Yes.
That's really, really cool.
Another thing I thought of is you have to be able, like you being me, to like give up the feeling of that like you failed them. Like maybe other people don't feel this way, but like I always feel that way, like when someone ends up not like sticking with it or whatever, that like if I would have been a better coach, like they would have gotten their better results. Like they wouldn't have pulled away. You know what I mean? Like you get that feeling that like you didn't do a good enough job, and I'm always like, well, you'll just move on to the next person and like do a better job with them, but like you you do your best to be there for them. And like, that's what they picked you for a reason. So I think that was a little bit of it to me, realizing that like, it's okay to be like, hey, so
I'm back.
that also. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So being okay with saying, hey guys, where are you? Let's do this. Like,
yes, exactly.
Let's revisit your goals or whatever. Well, and I think that's great. I think I think that's awesome. I think that's a good call to all of us to help our customers and do that. That's awesome. Very cool. Thank you, Jen.
You're welcome.
So what we usually do is, before everybody pops off, is we take a picture and then we share it on social media, because I think people don't know that there's actually a team that runs together in these challenges. Like, they don't see it. And so when they see us on social media, they're like, whoa, and they keep seeing us, then they'll be like, that's cool. I remember seeing Barb's with some other people, and what's she doing? So when we have our sneak peek, I'm going to run it, if you guys want to join me, on Monday and Tuesday. And we can just add people to either, we can decide, I think we talked about doing a live event, 2 days off and on, no committed times, just live, and each of us take an opportunity to tell our story and pop it in there. And live means that we do a live video. It is fun. If you've never done a live video, it feels like it'd be scary at first, but then you press live and you're going, and then you're live and you're like, hey, and you just start going. And it's a really great way for people to get to know you, because they hear your voice, they see your, you're a real person behind the selfies, and all of that. So let's take a quick picture. And I will get in your frame, however you want to get. And I'm going to try to do control. Okay, so I smile and I take pictures at the same time. It doesn't always work for me, so let's try. Okay, look at you. All right, here we go. Try not to laugh too big. Okay, 1, 2, 3. It didn't work. Okay, 1, 2, 3. There. All right. I'm sure it's great. All right, you guys. So I don't know about you guys, but I am really, really excited about just this next couple months. And this is the time when people are not going to want to get involved in a routine, but I promise you, they're out there, and they do. They do, because the idea, you guys, is to get people started now, because by the time January comes, they're going to want to get started. But when January comes, they're not going to be out of control. They're going to be not in the rut. They're going to be loving it because they feel good. Now, they may not have lost a lot of weight, but they're going to maintain, okay? They're going to maintain over the holidays, and they're not going to gain that 15, right? 10 to 15 pounds that comes with it. And they're going to come in 2018 on track. And those people that you talk to now are going to be those clients that you'll have in January and February. So it's consistent daily efforts, and you guys are just rocking it. I'm so proud of you guys, and I'm just so proud of our team and how it's growing and the new faces, and we're excited. We're excited, and we talked about that at our retreat, and we're so stoked. So does anybody have anything you want to ask or say or add? I'm sure that so Double Time is obviously out right now, and it's right now Double Time Challenge, the All Access Double Time Challenge Pack is three Success Club points. So that's really good. We try to help 3 people. Success Club 5 is where you start, you get the fun swag from Beachbody, and it's great. And that just kind of shows the consistency in your business when you can achieve those goals every month, and think about that as you're talking to people. So, Jessica, do you have anything to add about things that you learned or thought about?
Well,
mine was Raise the Vibe. That was huge for me.
I think one thing that stuck out to me, there were a lot of things, but I was just now thinking like with Melanie. So I know a lot of us, and Barb, you're new. I don't know, you may not have reached out to people yet, but that's kind of the scary part, right? The inviting is like the scariest part. But like Melanie talked about, sometimes I have people and I'll follow up when they don't complete their link. And I'm like, oh, that happens to her too. So it helped me to realize that even the top coach in the company still has the same fears, the same concerns, the same issues that we all have. Like, it isn't like people are falling in her lap to join a challenge group right now, right? Like, she still has to show up. And that's kind of what she talked about, is just, you have to show up. And Leslie said the same thing. Leslie was like, I just have, I'm like, what do you do different? And she's like, I'm just showing up. So like in her challenge group, she's like, I'm showing up and I'm making it fun. And it has to be fun for me and for them. And so I think that was one of the biggest things that stuck out to me. And then, Robbie talked about it's not learning time, it's grinding time. So we can kind of sometimes get caught in that, like, there's so many trainings, there's so many videos, which are great if you need to know a specific thing. But it's really just do the things. Just do the invites. Make sure you're doing your workout. Make sure you're doing a program. There was one other thing I was going to mention. I think it was something Leslie said, actually, though. I got to go back. Sorry. Just being solution-driven. Oh, I know what it was. Robbie had us do this exercise where he said, I want you to say to yourself every day, I'm freaking proud of what I do. And he was like, so right now, and so I guess I'll just challenge all of you that are still on this call. He said, I want to challenge you right now, write down what about coaching you're freaking proud of. Like, he was like, what for each of you? And we each had something different, and some were sort of similar and overlapped. So like mine was, I'm freaking proud of what I do because I'm building real relationships and I'm seeing people take ownership of their health. So for me, that makes me really proud. So I'd love to know what yours all are. You can unmute and put it in the chat or whatever you want to do. What makes you freaking proud of being a coach?
Unmute
all.
Unmute all. I did it. Jen went away. Watched it. I said, I'm freaking proud about the positivity that I've been able to have in my life, because I kind of it wasn't always that way. I kind of was just, kind of just really comparing myself to other people a lot in my life, and just feeling kind of what was me. And then I still tend, I kind of can feel that way. I can feel conflicted, but I said, I am so freaking proud of the positivity and how my mindset has shifted in the relationships that I'm that I'm building through that. So I'm just freaking proud of that. What are you freaking proud of? Come on, and then we'll be over. Then we'll say night.
No, I think I'm proud that I'm actually building confidence in myself and actually can show that to people. I never thought that I would be able to do it to this, but I actually love it. I actually just love talking to people. I mean, where I work, where my job is, and people there don't eat well, you know what I mean? And I'm like, do you really want that donut? What about having apple over here? You know what I mean? Or, what about trying banana peppers on your salad? Just show them the benefits of trying different things on their foods. And, and then some people are like, you're crazy, get out of my face. But at the same time, it's like, well, do you really need it?
But they'll remember you later when they're ready.
Yeah.
So
but I'm just showing you options, you know what I mean? And that, like you said, number 10 bins are awful. You know what I mean? They're just nothing but bad foods. But I think I'm just proud of myself because I actually am putting myself more out there. I'm learning how to do things through you guys. You know what I mean? I'm going to be honest, and if you don't know this about me by now, but I'm not a reader. You know what I mean? I learn from just doing it, and if it doesn't work, then I try something new. And I am gaining confidence from this, and I wouldn't be back on these calls every week if it wasn't doing something for me. So, definitely, it's big for me. So, you guys are helping me. You know what I mean? You guys are giving me new ideas and creating something in my brain that I want to do. So, my team's slowly forming, but we're getting there. I have big things in play. I have big things, and I just have to work at it and work hard at it. So, it might be little, but it's pretty big for me. So, it's I'm going to get there. I'm working at it. So, definitely proud about that. So
Very cool.
Love it. Audible.
Elizabeth, what are you freaking proud of?
I'm proud of motivating people, and I guess like a lot of you said, just personal growth. Just a lot of I think all the personal development and everything we do, I think it just helps you to be a better person or get more in touch with, I guess, just who you are and how you deal with people and deal with life.
I love that. He said, and this isn't to knock any other products or anything like that, but he was like, there's not a lipstick or a handbag or a makeup or a shoe or whatever else you could sell, a car, that's going to make you feel the way that getting in control of your eating and your health makes you feel. Like I'm a recovering food addict, and I still have my moments. Seriously, a food addict. When I'm in control, I'm like, feel like a super badass. You know what I mean? So to be able to we can give that to other people, that feeling of whoa, people ask me all the time, well, I don't know if there's anything here you can eat. I'm like, I can eat whatever I want. I choose to not eat those things. It's not a can I don't want to because they make me feel bad. They make me sick. So I think we have to remember that what we offer people, and I try to do this when I go into my inviting, which is still scary for me 3 years later. I'm not yay, and I need to start being yay, because we're offering them something awesome. We're not offering them something crazy. We're offering them their health. So it's up to them whether they say yes or they say no or they say not right now. I have people all the time now that are coming back to me from conversations 3 years ago.
That's awesome.
Said no 10 times. And now they're like, okay, I want to do this.
Yep.
So keep putting it out there.
Amazing how that happens. That's so cool. It's just so cool because it shows our new coaches are how that works. How that does work.
Well, they see you stick with it. If you're somebody who doesn't stick with things, they see you stick with it. And I was somebody who didn't stick with things. The running and the detoxes and the pills and the everything. So this I've been doing for 3 years.
Yeah, gosh.
I'm still here.
Okay, Barb, what are you freaking proud of so far in your journey?
Taking the leap. I've done Beachbody for longer than all of you have been coaches all together. So
gosh, what a great story.
You know, I mean, I've been buying the products for a long time, and I have spent the most of my career helping people improve their health and educating them on healthy behaviors. So my goal at some point is to leave my big career job that I have and do life coaching. And this is a step closer to that and would be part of what I want to do long term. So I'm happy to, you know, I believe in the product so much that it's an easy sell for me. And my approach is just going to be to help people to see that it's never too late to jump in and get started, and, you know, to take baby steps. My father-in-law's in his 80s, and he used to cycle to and from work like over 50 miles on his bike. And then he had multiple accidents and couldn't ride the bike anymore and was ready to seriously throw in the towel. And I talked to him and told him how much you know, he means to me, because I've lost my parents to bad health. And I said, you know, I want you around, and your grandkids want you around. And I brought him to a gym, and I got him involved in a gym. And then it sort of, he rejuvenated his life, because he talked about that social aspect, and he got that from being at the gym and got physically fit and was able to get off medications. And so I just believe it's out there for everyone, and Beachbody offers tools for people of all fitness levels. So to me, it doesn't, you know, I see some of these and I can't do all the exercises, but there's always modifiers. So to me, I think there's no barriers for people.
Oh, I love that. There's no barriers for people. Oh my gosh. That is awesome. Barb, I love your story. You have so, oh my gosh, I'm just, our team is just so amazing. And you're such an awesome addition, and I can't wait for you to share that on your social media. My friend, this is so interesting. I have a friend, Patty Rydland. She's a life coach as well. She calls herself a renegade rebel, because she's disrupting the idea that you have to, that there's a certain age where you have to start something. I think she's in her 60s, and she's a fireball. And I mean, she's a family friend, and I'm just so proud of that kind of, you know, idea that we don't have to settle, and we don't have to wait for a certain time frame, and we don't have to wait until things are perfect. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited for you. And Josh, Jess, thanks for staying. Elizabeth, thanks for being on. Jen as well, and Mary. So we'll just say good night, and thanks for such a great call, you guys. I'm so excited to see what we do. Monday is a sneak peek. So if you guys have people that you want to invite, Barb, if you have friends that you want to invite to the sneak peek, we're going to talk about it, coaching and what it means to us. And also the next goal for, you know, people, think about your diamond, right? You know, just think about the people that you want to build on your team. And Emerald is the first business decision as a new coach. So putting that out there, and let's rock the rest of this week. Have a great Friday, great weekend, guys.
Thanks. Great meeting you all.
And nice meeting you too.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
Soon.